Our Your Town segment continues this week. We're visiting local towns and villages, profiling what makes them unique. This week, the focus is on the Fayetteville-Manlius area. In just 2 years, it'll be the 100th anniversary of women's suffrage in the U.S.
It will also be the 100th anniversary of the Matilda Joslyn Gage Foundation. Our Kelly Curtin takes us inside the home in Fayetteville.
Step inside the Matilda Joslyn Gage Center.
You're invited to do all the things you're not allowed to do in typical museums.
One of the first things you'll notice, the rules, and yes, they're different.
Write on the walls, sit on the furniture, eat and drink, take photos, post them, please.
So this is the first room, right?
Yes. And
Sally Rosh Wagner invited us into the place where Matilda Joslyn Gage once lived with her husband and 4 children back in the mid-1800s. Gage devoted her life to social issues and the liberation of women, a woman who had a clear vision that still speaks to us today.
She's a woman who encourages us to have the greatest courage we can to fight for justice. She's a woman who said, I think I was born with a love of liberty.
Each room carries one of her social justice issues.
She's a woman who supported Native treaty rights and sovereignty. She supported a woman's right to control her own body. She was equally important with Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton. They were called the triumvirate of the National Women's Suffrage Association.
Gage was an outspoken critic of slavery.
She said it was the greatest, I think one of the proudest acts of my life that I look back upon with most satisfaction is that when Jermaine Logan, the head of the Underground Railroad in Syracuse, came to the house and asked her if she would.
In fact, her home became a station on the Underground Railroad.
She was threatened with 6 months in prison and a $1,000 fine for each freedom taker, as we call them, not fugitive slaves.
But her work didn't stop there. She was drawn to a new cause, the women's suffrage movement. Unable to attend the first Women's Right Convention in Seneca Falls, Gage spoke at the 3rd National Convention here in Syracuse. She was the youngest woman on the platform at 27 years old.
This is the International Council of Women in 1888. We invite people to stand behind the podium and deliver Matilda's speech from 1888.
Another unique connection. Gage's daughter married L. Frank Baum, the author of The Wizard of Oz. Inside her home, you can find the Oz Parlor, which tells their love story. This is the only home in the country where Baum lived that's open to the public.
Matilda, we say, is the wonderful mother of Oz because she's the one who told her son-in-law, who kept going bankrupt, write those stories that the boys love.
Baum listened and later published The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. In a home filled with history, occupied a woman well beyond her years, fighting for justice and equality, breaking the social rules of the day. In what now serves as a museum in her honor, creating new rules for visitors here today.
And like the rules say, before you leave, you can write a message on the wall. So we say thank you, Matilda Joslyn Gage, for making your town Fayetteville.
Great ending there.
I love that.
What a treasure that is.
She was such an important fabric of, changing the way that people thought about women and social issues during that day.
And if you drive through the village of Fayetteville, it's right there.
Yeah.
Really easy to get to. Our coverage will continue all week long in Fayetteville and Manlius in the surrounding area.
Make sure you watch our special live Your Town broadcast this Friday night. We will be broadcasting live from Green Lakes on NBC 3 News starting at 5 o'clock.